Delta 547, wind 19016, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 547.
Taxi via
Air traffic controllers protect our nation's airways. These are the stories of real air traffic controllers to boldly deliver a safe, orderly, and expeditious flow of air traffic from their departure point to their final destination.
Wind 19016, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 547.
Yeah, and speaking of you were asking about any training, we do have CTI courses where you can go get a 2-year degree in air traffic. And just like him, I'm also street, and my mother had me take the test, all of us, and she was the first female air traffic controller. Started back through historian FAA, checked it out and let her know. She didn't find out till she's in the 80s. She got certified in Anchorage, Alaska.
Your mother?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
What year did she go in the FAA?
She was with FAA. She used to be a clerical clerk back in 1966, I'm sorry. And then she got into air traffic. She would have got in earlier, but her boss said, "You're the best clerk I ever had." So he held on to her paperwork.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's certified in Anchorage, Alaska. So I was a special student of the day when they put her in the newspaper. And so, but I got into air traffic. I was a boat controller and used to have to keep up with barges coming up. And one guy said, "Hey, we got 21 barges coming up the Missouri River." And I would check in, write that down. And one day, one guy said, "I got 2." He said, "The tide's low." And I'm like, he can't make it 2. He got 2 barrels? That's what I thought a barge was. So yeah, I didn't know. Until they said, "Dana, what is a barge?" I said, it's a big old barrel, right? He said, "No, we're going to take you down there for you can see what a barge." When I saw a barge, my first time in my life at 30 years old, I'm like, my God, how do you ever get there with 2 of them? I never saw a barge. But anyway, that's why I got in air traffic. I think I did better than that than a boat controller.
Well, Dana, do you know roughly what year your mother entered the FAA as a controller?
Yeah, as a controller, she certified in 71, I know that, but she
God.
was in training. And after that, she worked with, you remember Steve Maxwell in Lake Charles? Okay, Steve was one of her employees when she was in Alaska, and then she went to Puerto Rico, and I'm sure you remember Dave Haddad. Yep. Dave Haddad was one of her employees in Puerto Rico. He said, "Dana, she took me from being, he said, man, I was just kind of a bad boy, and now here I am, And then from there, she worked in Washington and Atlanta and all over other places.
And then what year did you enter the FAA?
I came in right after the strike a little bit. I know you're trying to get my age.
So when your mother took the FAA air traffic control applicant test, she took the old aptitude test, which had all these boxes unfolded and what they would look like when they came together. They had sequences of symbols and
everything.
And you did the same test too, didn't you, Nate?
I think so. I took the test back in, it was in the 80s, because I got picked up in December of 85, when I became in Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah. And she did a lot. I know even on her certification, she said she had everything. I think it was like whatever they had, people in holding, people on the top need to get down, and she did everything you can possibly think.